So I think we can all agree that FPV is amazing. Everyone loves FPV, and as a matter of fact, recently I asked you guys whether you fly FPV or not, and the majority of you said no, but I want to. So today's video is for you guys.
Okay, so what exactly am I talking about? We're talking about this product right here. It's called the drone mask, and unlike some people who think these are actually FPV goggles, they are not. They do look like some FPV goggles. However, they are pretty much a phone holder which acts like FPV goggles. So this is just a mask which has some lenses inside, but you have this pocket, I would say, for your phone, which opens up, and you have some clamps where you can actually put your phone and just zip it down like this. And basically what you end up with is a phone holder which sits on your face, and you can clearly see everything that's going on your phone. It's not an additional device. It doesn't have an actual screen. The screen is your phone. This mask is a pretty basic one. You just have a strap, you have some lenses inside, and as far as I know, it can actually fit perfectly even with your glasses. If you're using glasses, you can just put it on top and you'll be just fine. And you have a locking mechanism here which enables you to make it a little bit closer to your face or a little bit further, if I can actually do that, like so. You can pull it a little bit further away from you because everything is kind of zoomed in on your face, so I prefer to keep it in the furthest position available. So with this you can kind of replicate what flying FPV feels like, because you see everything that's going on the screen right in front of your face, such as the FPV goggles from DJI, for example. And you'll see that these two are kind of similar, not very much, because these have screens, of course. This is a lot bigger, but it houses your phone, so of course it makes sense for it to be a little bit bigger. If you already have a drone which you control with your phone, which reminds me that unfortunately if you have the Mini 3 Pro, for example, you can't use this because obviously it doesn't fit inside the case, so you need to use a remote like this so you can attach your phone. Now, one thing that I want to specifically mention is that you're going to see in a minute, but this does not come with a cable to connect to your phone and to the remote. So the cable that you use normally is a very short one on DJI drones. It's this one, and that's the whole length of the cable. And obviously you need to attach the phone to the cable and put it inside the case. And if you don't have a spare cable, it's going to be a disaster, which was my case. I forgot my cable because I was using this one. It's the charger cable that I have for my phone. It's a USB-C, which you need to connect to the remote controller, to an iPhone cable, to a Lightning port. And it's a pretty long one, so it gets the job done, but it's also my phone charger. So even though I had prepared it previously, I had to charge my phone, and then I completely forgot that I need to bring this cable. And
okay, ready to go. I know it looks ridiculous, but it's the only way to work right now. So yeah, drone mask, you need to start including cables in the kit because of this. All right, let's try to take off. First problem already. We are in an altitude authorization zone, so I have to click OK somehow on my phone. How should I do this?
A few moments later.
Alright, so we are in the air. Recording. Looks very weird. I have to say, as a person who has been flying FPV before, this is really, really weird. But it's actually it's working fine. I mean, let's not go there because I don't want to disturb the animals. We have a little bit of freezing in the screen, which is great for FPV, as you guys know. When the screen freezes, it's a lot of fun. Now we're getting all sorts of different downward sensor notifications, just letting us know that we have some type of obstacle under the drone. And because I am flying in such a weird manner, it's just, yeah, it's really not ideal. But that's again one thing that we should mention again, is that drone masks should definitely try to put a cable inside the package to avoid issues like this. For the most part, this seems fine. I mean, it's fine to control the drone. It doesn't look bad. You don't have any glare from the sun, and it feels great to have such a big screen. It's a little bit overwhelming at first, but it's actually not bad. The screen might be a little bit too big to focus on everything that's going on, so that's something that I want to focus on. It's a lot bigger screen than what I'm used to seeing in my FPV goggles, for example. So like I said, it's a bit overwhelming, but still it's a nice experience because you don't have any glare from the sun. Nothing is disturbing you from seeing the whole screen, but the edge of the screen is a little bit hard to follow. So I'm mostly looking at the center of the screen, and I'm just doing some very basic circles here, just admiring the nature. But it's not a very nice looking cinematic shot, but it's a nice way to get to know this type of flying, because it's quite different. If I try to go a little bit lower, I am able to do that, but I don't have the confidence to like go through really small gaps and stuff like this, because you know that you have some lag, and just knowing that makes me a little bit uneasy, because I know that the drone is not very fluid in terms of image reception. And here I am, so I would try to go between those trees, for example. Let's see. But this location is just amazing, right? I mean, it's so beautiful. Even if it's a little bit grown out, the grass is a little bit tall, but still you have so much greenery around, and it's really beautiful. I will try to go a little bit higher later and observe from that angle, but for now I just want to focus on these areas here. It's definitely nothing close to what full speed FPV feels like. However, it's still a really nice experience to like get to know the whole experience of flying a drone with FPV goggles. And that's very similar actually to what the DJI FPV drone feels like in normal mode, for example. It's very similar. So if you just want to take a look around and you don't want to be disturbed by anything, and you, especially if you're flying during a bright sunny day, it's a nice way to do it. I have to say I'm enjoying just looking around. It's not about getting the shot here, because obviously you won't be able to get those smooth go through shots that FPV is known for, but it's a nice way to like just try it out. And yeah, so far I'm liking it, even though, like I said, this phone is huge. If you have a smaller phone, maybe it would be a little bit better for you, because this one is just too big for following everything that's happening. But just a quick flight with this drone mask, it's a lot of fun. But definitely I have to say, my bad for not bringing the right cable for this, because it would have been so much easier to have my hands where I would normally keep them while flying. because keeping them right next to the goggles themselves and just being in that position is not very comfortable, but that's on me for not bringing the right cable with me. And yeah, that's something that I want to urge Drone Mask to do, just to include a couple of different cables inside the package, because people will forget these cables just like me, and it's going to ruin the experience while flying with the drone, with the mask, because this is not very comfortable. But you get the point, and it's really weird, but it's a nice thing to check out.
So who is this product for? If you're one of those people who want to get a taste of FPV but really don't want to invest in the full system, like buying goggles, buying a drone, buying a radio, and you already own a DJI drone or any other drone which is connected to your phone, you can use this. You can get a taste of what FPV feels like, because this will be, of course, not 100% what FPV feels like, but this will give you a rough idea of what you will see inside the goggles when you eventually put them on and when you try real FPV. But until then, this is a nice way for, I would say, beginners to experience FPV from a safer, more basic point of view, while using a camera drone which has altitude hold and can, you know, have some sensors to avoid crashing into something. So if you are looking for more security and more peace of mind knowing that you won't damage your drone, you can try this. It's $169, which in my opinion is a bit steep for what you're getting, because you don't even have a cable inside the kit. Personally, I would value these at about $100, and I would really advise Drone Mask to put at least some cables with some attachments for different phones, so it can be really ready to be used straight away after buying, because right now you need to get a separate cable that obviously, like I said, it's easy to forget to bring with you. One of my biggest complaints about this product, besides the lack of a cable included in the kit, of course, is the fact that when you get a pop-up or something happens on the screen, every time that happens, you need to remove the phone from the holder inside, so you can actually press the button and remove that notification so you can be able to fly. And especially if you're flying in an area which has some restrictions and you need to unlock this area, it'll be a pain in the ass to set it up. So I would advise you to first set everything up, make sure that everything is ready to go, and only then put the drone inside the mask so you're ready to fly straight away. If you're still watching the video up until this point and you want to have a chance to win this very drone mask right here, let me know by dropping a comment below with the hashtag #GiveMeMyMask, and I'll randomly select one of you guys and ship it anywhere in the world so you can enjoy it as well. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. This is Mike from Drone Supremacy. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you very soon. Ciao.